listen, we've also had those marches. Sunday Telegraph, there's the front page. Don't march alongside extremists, Gove tells protesters. This, as it was revealed this week, that the anti-extremism czar suggested that London is a no-go area for Jewish people at the weekend. But listen, a developing story from today's march, and this is quite extraordinary. It's a guy called Niak Gorbani, who was on one of the marches. We're in central London, actually. And if you look at this footage, you'll see him being apprehended by the Met Police. He's just basically been manhandled. Now, this is a guy that was holding a placard that said Hamas are terrorists. You can see from this footage that he's furious that he's now being apprehended very aggressively and physically by the police. But his great alleged crime was a placard that said Hamas are terrorists. And he wants justice. The police have denied that. I'll give you their statement in just a moment. But he's been on Twitter. This guy's been saying, who should I complain to when the law enforcer speaks lies? Absolutely shameful, he says. Got to tell you that a top lawyer has had comment on this. Stephen Barrett, who's a respected lawyer who's been on the show a few times, has said that the Met Police have blamed the victim. And he says, you pushed him, took his stuff and arrested him. And you think that a press statement admitting it, but splitting hairs over the technical reason for arrest will make it better. The police are failing, says Stephen Barrett, as a top lawyer.
Didn't friends of him have to go and show this film before they released him?
It seems so. Now, let's get that statement from the Met Police. But that's shocking footage. This guy has got this placard which says that Hamas are terrorists. Here is the Met Police statement. OK, I'll read it out to you. And they say a video has been posted on X alleging officers arrested a man for having an anti-Hamas placard. This is not accurate. He was arrested after an altercation was ongoing and officers intervened to prevent a breach of the peace. He was arrested for assault. Officers then received video footage and reviewed footage provided of the incident, and he was later de-arrested. The arrest was not made in relation to the placard. But that said, Biggins, it looks like the Met Police have got their knickers in a twist here.
Well, I think it's very difficult for the police nowadays. I mean, you know, with all these marches against this and against that, and I wouldn't want to be a policeman. I think they do a very, very good job. And, of course, there are a few who don't do a good job, who, do terrible things sexually with people and what have you. But I think they've got to be very careful with things like this. I mean, this is not good news for the police to be doing this.
Well, definitely. It's certainly not a good look to see someone holding a Hamas are terrorists placard being manhandled and then ultimately arrested. Neil?
He was very brave to go there at this march with a placard saying that Hamas are terrorists.
And it should be controversial,
absolutely right. And you see, I think this is its wider point where I think that, the police actually have probably got enough powers now. They just need to use them more wisely.
Exactly.
And they got this one wrong.
And to understand the situation.
Understand the situation. And where there is a lot of anti-Jewish feeling going on, the police need to take more action. I don't think necessarily, Mark, we need more laws. I think we need to enforce the laws we've got properly. And as Christopher said, it is almost impossible for the police, but they definitely made a mistake here. And I think they're also making a mistake when they're, crying, we will drive basically the Israelis into the sea. That is wrong. And
they
have to be
tolerated that. They turned a blind eye.
Yes, they have, you see, and they have enough powers at the present moment, because I think Parliament spends its lifetime, creating more laws and more powers for the police, but half the time it's about enforcing it and not just putting more and more legislation on top of what we've already got, because in the end you do affect freedom of speech as well. So it's getting the balance right, and I think it's more the police have to review what they're doing, however difficult, because I think that's what the issue is.
This guy is called Niak Gorbani. I've invited him onto the show, and my team are going to work on this tonight and tomorrow to see whether we can get him on tomorrow night's show. But I believe that we've got a video of him offering his side of the story. Take a listen.
He told me, is it a danger for your life and for the people when they see maybe attack you?
And what did your sign say exactly?
Hamas is terrorist. This is it.
Yeah.
Look.
That was the sign.
Police.
And that's what your sign said.
I told to police they attacked me, and I want to complain. He said go to police station near your home.
Well, there you go. I mean, this guy has suffered an injury at the hands of the police. They've de-arrested him after watching video footage. I mean, honestly, you get better refereeing at the FA Cup final